Welcome back to Monkey See, Monkey Do. Matt, I'm a guy, right?
Allegedly.
I mean, it's not an existential crisis. It's more of like...
We'd still be friends if you weren't.
It's just a statement. But in saying that, I know that we have a reputation as men to be more sick than we are sometimes. But I spent the last 30 hours vomiting profusely, and I thought I might actually die.
Actually die.
You know when you're just really vulnerable? You're like, someone save me.
You're perpetuating a stereotype of like the man flu.
It's real.
It's real.
It's real. Okay, so it's real for me anyway. So I couldn't keep any food down. I've had 2 slices of toast in the past 30 hours and that coffee, and I feel like I am alive right now.
I don't want to minimize your experience, you weakling.
I don't mean to throw shit on you, but grow up. But you've been sick as well, hey?
I've been sick as well, yeah. So I think just after we recorded our last podcast, like Megan was getting sick. So I was going home to look after her. And sure enough, I got sick straight away after that as well. So yeah, I've just spent the last week just side hustling, just doing like phone sex lines.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Because I've got the croaky voice going on.
The Russell Crowe, like, can you talk to me like you're Gladiator?
Baby, I want to mop that kitchen. I'm going to do those dishes.
How do you think that would be a viable business option? Like, if you just said that kind of stuff, like, I'm going to get home and I'm actually going to do the washing and you're going to have a lovely dinner ready. I want you to go to the spa. And do you think people would just pay for that?
I feel like that would be a case of like actions, not words. I'm sure if you actually did those things, that would be a viable option.
Yeah, but what about it's just someone, it's someone in a business and they're like, I don't have much time. I just need to be picked up and pretend like I have somebody at home.
It would be pretty funny.
Because surely there's some people out there, like they love all the aspects of a relationship, but then they don't actually like sharing their space with somebody else.
Pretend to be my husband and say that you're actually going to do the housework.
Oh yeah.
That's terrible.
Or can you please just say that you're going to fix the toilet? Just anything, please.
I'm pretty sure we all say we're going to fix the toilet. We're going to do this. It's when we actually get around to doing it.
Well, you have ADHD, so...
I totally have ADHD.
How often do you start something and then be like, I need to do something else?
It's a legit problem.
Yeah.
Like it's, the issue can be sometimes I won't even start something because it probably comes into anxiety.
Yeah.
You won't start something because it's a big job, and if I start it, I might not finish it, and I'm going to have this half-assed, half-finished job.
And that will stress you out.
It's it's a thing. Yeah. Like some days you're just on fire. You would just like go bang, 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 bang. A little bit of stress helps. If you're a bit stressed, you'll get so much done. But if not stressed enough, it's like...
Do you find like if you have a bigger task that you need to do, you'll do a bunch of the smaller tasks that maybe haven't gotten done?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, you'll find other things to do.
I feel like I relate in some way, but I think in my case that's just a bit of laziness. It's like, I'll do it. Like I know back home right now I have a basket of washing on the bed that I need to go and do, and I could have done it this morning, but I did everything but.
do the washing in increments, like it comes out of the washing machine. Like I'll probably hit it in the dryer, depends what it is.
Yeah. And
then it moves to like I have a nook in my room.
That's the
like it's a nook.
That's
it's the washing nook. A few people probably attest to this, but it's like at least it's moved there, and then it's in a position where, and I'll literally just be walking from a room and I might grab things like, oh, all right, that belongs in that drawer. Oh, that belongs in that drawer.
Just one at a time?
Sometimes, yeah. Like I'll just do a handful.
I need to get tested for ADHD, I suppose.
It was such a thing though, like when I was younger, like I got diagnosed when I was 11 or 12, and you just didn't talk about it. Like it was kind of ADHD kids were like the naughty kids.
Right.
You kind of kept it on the down low.
Yeah.
Now it seems like everybody's, maybe it's just my Instagram algorithms.
Yeah, no,
or
I feel you.
The fact that like maybe people that are maybe not neurotypical tend to attract each other. But I know so many crew, especially adult women, that are being diagnosed.
Yeah,
like
in late stages?
as adults.
Yeah.
Like they're having these like, oh, suddenly this makes sense moments, and I'm like, I'm ahead of the game.
I've not been dealing with this problem forever. You said about side hustles, which is funny because you said about algorithms, and I feel like my entire YouTube algorithm is trying to get me to develop like 16 side hustles, 4 businesses, and be a millionaire in 30 days.
Yep.
And then it's put a lot of pressure on me.
I bet you have a bunch of middle-aged white guys that are like very self-important.
Wow, have you been on my algorithm too? It's like how you can turn from $100.
You've been listening to Gary Vee, haven't you?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
Gary Vee was a mass. Like when I had the business, like listened to so much Gary Vee for just like inspiration.
Yep.
I feel like listening to that stuff. I think we talked about last time. Like meeting other small business owners, they're very positive people.
Yeah.
So by virtue of that, you're surrounded by positive people, and you start to, I guess, up the level of what you think is possible, what you're capable of. And it's almost like an amp up. It's like watching a surf video before going surfing. You watch a surf video, it's like, now I want to go surf and rip it up.
Yeah.
You watch something on business like that, and it's like, all right, I can do this. I want to do this.
That applies to, I think, everything. Hey, you watch something, and if it gives you enough motivation, like, I can definitely do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I watch Hathor Bjornsson, like, just deadlift 400 kilos, and I'm like, I could do a quarter of that. Matt, I can't record tomorrow. I'm broke. No, I don't know what it is, man. Do we live in the age of a side hustle? Do you think where it's like, it's becoming, the living standard is just like you need to make more money? Or do you think it's just popular and cool to have a side hustle?
I definitely think people are starting to struggle now, and it's like it's amazing that you can have like a well-earning job.
Yep.
And you're still having to like struggle. Like people renting at the moment. Like I told you earlier, like there was a place in San Remo the other day, $900 a week. Megan like showed me, and she's like, $900 a week. Who has $900 a week?
Like how much are you bringing in before that is like, that's okay?
I mean, I suppose we live, especially here in WA, where we have a lot of expendable income in terms of people working in mining and stuff like that. But it's not everyone. It's like a select. It's some people. Like there's a lot of people struggling. There's massive homeless issues around here.
Yeah.
And you can kind of understand.
Yeah,
where
if it's like that. But I mean, it's difficult because the algorithm is so good where it makes me want to actually get a side hustle. And like I feel like, you know, I mean, I'm living with the in-laws at the minute, so that's a whole nother ball game.
The more you side hustle, the faster you're going to like get back into your own place.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, this would technically constitute as a side hustle, except you know we don't make any money. It'd be a terrible side hustle.
Nobody wants to pay for this shit.
Well, funny enough, like the downloads just hit, not for this, but for all of them together, just hit 3,000. So I'm pretty fucking stoked with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, like 3,000.
Yeah, people do actually listen to this, believe it or not. They come back and ask us about it. It's like, oh, people are actually listening.
Yeah. All right, here's your question. If you could have like one side hustle that was just done, or something that was just done for you and you could just operate it. All right, name 2.
Name 2?
Because I feel like you just thought of one like straight away.
I don't know. That's like I've always done little side hustles. Not always done little side hustles, but I've always sort of found ways of making a little bit of money on the side. That sounds really sus, actually.
It does, yeah. I make a little bit of money on the side.
When I've worked in jobs where I've had a lot of downtime, I've always sort of felt like I wanted to be earning, like to use that downtime sort of constructively.
Yeah.
And be that, like I've always sort of said, just reading or audiobooks or podcasts, at least I'm getting some learning happening. But I used to write fishing articles.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Like this is going back a few years, but I was working in a government job where we had access to a computer and we had a lot of downtime in between jobs. It was a job we described as 90% boredom, 10% sheer terror.
Yeah, it really kept you on the edge. You're like, I don't know when it's going to come. It could be today.
Oh, it would literally, actually, that job, it would literally be, you could just be having the most mundane night, chatting about something, and the next minute you're going to pick up body parts, or someone was trying to kill you. Jesus. Like you were dodging machetes or something like that. It's amazing how it goes from like 0 to 100%, but then it happens often enough that
you're just ready instantly.
It became, they had a few issues coming out of that job. Sort of settling down, I guess.
Yeah.
But no, in the downtime, I was writing fishing articles, and like it was more of a hobby. It was for pocket money.
Yeah.
But while I was sitting there, I could write an article on a fishing trip we did or a technique of fishing that we were using. Cool. We'd go off on trips on our days off, doing something we love.
So you do that still?
Take photos. No, I haven't done that in ages. I kind of moved away from that sort of fishing scene years ago. I just kind of lost the fire for it.
Yeah.
There's more sports fishing sort of stuff, whereas now I'll still fish for food.
Yeah.
I swung by the foreshore. I was just driving home past the foreshore yesterday, and it's like, I might stop and catch my lunch. Caught some lunch at the foreshore.
You're such a man. I go out and forage for my own food. I have a hut in the woods.
There is actually, you know what, all right. There have been times when I've and people can attest, where I've had not much money. Like I've had my mortgage, but I've been working in hospitality.
Yeah.
And I always said, living down here, I still had everything that I needed.
Yeah.
Right? I might not have been earning much, but my mortgage was getting paid. I still had the beach nearby, so I could still go surfing, still go to the beach, surrounded by all my friends. And if I needed to eat, there was so many options around here that, okay, I'll go catch some crabs.
Yeah.
Another night, so I can have chili mussels.
Yeah.
I'll go catch some fish, dive on the reefs, get some crays.
We had chili mussels in Tasmania, and I've never gone to get them before, so we did. I know somewhat about which ones to get and which ones not, but as we were eating them, like 3 of them had like a tiny crab in them, and it was a bit crunchy.
That happens here too.
And I wasn't cool with that. I was uncomfortable with.
I found little crabs in chili mussels I've had in restaurants.
Oh, really?
It's a thing.
Yeah. I thought I was going to die from it. I actually. I overreact.
Matt, I think I've been sick since I've been traveling. I've got some bugs.
So that's why I'm like linking my sickness, because it's happened twice in like under 2 weeks. I'm like, it's the crab, man. It's that little crab that was in my thing.
That dirty little crab.
Right, I'm not used to like the wildlife. I get that. Like I understand, but yeah, going back to the question, if you could just have 2 side hustles set up for you, ready to go, what would you have? And you can't say OnlyFans.
Oh.
Here's another question. How many times have you thought about starting an OnlyFans or getting someone to start an OnlyFans as an adult? Well, obviously as an adult, but...
Loaded question. I think anyone that knows my story.
Dude, I have asked Caitlin to sell pictures of her feet so many times.
I know, because we talked about that one night on a beach. There was a bunch of us sitting on a beach talking about OnlyFans. And we're going over like what you would have to do for it. And we're talking about feet pics.
That's right. Yep.
And then immediately one of the people on that beach went off and started one, and
it's doing really well for them.
She did it for a while. I think she stopped, but
if I made $1 for a foot pic, I would consider that an absolute win.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I've completed it. I don't need to do this anymore.
I heard something the other day about there was a dude, like a dude got his girlfriend to start the OnlyFans.
Yep.
And then they discussed, it's like, actually, he's got better looking
He had the prettier feet. Yeah.
So, just deception.
That is hilarious.
Look, you know what? I'm fully behind like any girl that wants to. That's what they want to do, and they're comfortable doing it, and
or guy if you can get the
and
actual,
guys as well,
yeah.
or anything in between.
Yep.
Like whoever, whatever. If you can make money that way, and you want to make money that way, and you think about the ramifications, like you're comfortable with that.
Yep.
Go for your life. Like I've had issues with in the past in terms of people lying about how lucrative it is.
Yeah.
And trying to draw people into it, because it's like, I think there's a kickback thing as well. Like if you
like a referral
in,
thing, got it,
and you get money coming in,
yeah,
making it look more attractive than the reality is. Like when you know, like, because I know people that have gotten into it,
yeah,
and in the background I know they're not making the money they're claiming to be,
yeah,
or and also seeing how much they're like drinking or doing other stuff to like get through that, but then they're also sending out that message. It's like,
it's fine,
every
it's
girl
cool.
should do it. Like I can do it, and it's like,
so there's a little bit of
it's like. Meanwhile, your life's falling apart.
Well, I couldn't tell you the amount of times I've just like stood there before going to work, and I've just been like, would anyone buy pictures of those?
Whip them out, mate. Let's just...
No,
not for free.
Yeah, you gotta subscribe to my OnlyFans. Hit me up on Patreon. So, I mean, I guess what I would like to do, obviously, if this ever happened and we could make money off it, that'd be great. Although, you know, I it's been a while, and I do this for fun because I enjoy having the conversations with people. It just opens up an avenue to have a good chat. And
I'm doing this because you asked me to.
That's true.
I like a chat.
we sat down. I was like, hey, I want to talk to you about something. We went to Stone and Wood. No.
Wooden Stone?
Yeah.
Stone and Wood? Wooden Stone?
Stone and Wood is the beer.
Wooden Stone. The beer cafe.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not a beer cafe. It's a cafe.
Yeah, but they are awesome.
Do amazing beers.
And great food. We should go there soon. It's 12 o'clock, right? If the next episode is at Wooden Stone, you know why. But yeah, so I guess I'd love to do this and get money from it. But for a second one, I don't know. I wish I was a good enough photographer to take photos and earn money from it, but of landscape, not people. I don't like taking photos of people, but if you put me, you see people like up in the mountains and they're like taking pictures of snow leopards.
Yeah.
That shit would be.
That was the secret life of Walter Mitty.
Yeah. yeah. And then it did a full circle, and it was a great movie.
It can be lucrative.
Yeah.
Like, my good mate DG, Daniel DeJoser, he's got DG Imagery. Like, I remember when he started getting into photography, and he just bought an SLR, and I think we've all had those friends. It's like, I bought a new SLR.
Yeah.
This is my photography page. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, cool. And
That's great.
it's like, I'm going to start a business, and I think they're referred to in the industry as mums with cameras.
Yeah. Oh God.
Maybe, like, I think a lot of it, like, so much goes into
Yeah.
good photography. Like, the amount of times, like, taking the photo is only part of it, and having the eye for it.
Then the
Tons of
process.
editing afterwards.
Yep.
Oh, because obviously Caitlin's a
Caitlin,
photographer, yeah. Like, with DJ, I remember when he started, it's like, oh, this is my photography page, I'm getting into it. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I guess you're a little bit like, oh, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Now he's smashing.
He's doing great,
It's
because
his
we went to
full-time
a thing
job.
for him.
Sorry?
We went to the shoot for.
Oh,
for
yeah, we
DG.
did. Yeah, for we did a photo shoot for the City of Swan tourism. And,
so that's the story for people. So we went to this photo shoot, and there was me and Matt and two other girls there. And for the photo shoot, we had to like be couples.
We coupled up.
We coupled up, and so like in the meantime, I'd text Caitlin and I'd be like, "Hey, just so you know, we're taking photos, and like they've coupled us up to make us look like couples."
You rang her for permission.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah. And when she didn't answer my text, I called her, and I was like, I just want to make sure this is cool. Well, because like, what if that goes out to the world, and then there's just a picture of me and some blonde chick, like all like dolled up, and then she's like, what the fuck is this? Like, that would have. Yeah, that would have killed me. I mean, I know that might not be everyone, but like, I just feel like I had to be like, hey, this is happening. I just want you to know now.
I follow that chick on Instagram now.
Yeah.
That blonde chick. She's pretty funny. I think she might be a bit nuts.
So
in a good way.
Yeah, like fun nuts. I just had to fun nuts.
Fun nuts.
Just had to make sure that that everything was out in the open.
And that was fun, and we got pretty boozed on. That's what those things are like. Like, I've done all right, that's one of my side hustle things that I do. Is
That is true.
Getting these random like photo shoot things where you stand around.
What you're saying is you're a model.
Smile. It's part of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm like signed up to an
agency.
An agency now. Yeah. Through DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Question: how long do you do that before you get real money and you don't just get wine and food?
There's money in this. Like, this comes out as like, it's $40, $50 an hour.
Yes.
I think it's one for like $60. It's not just
And
photos.
how do I get involved?
I could probably get you involved, actually, if you're interested.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. I was just thinking about the time that we went to the comedy show and I was your drug dealer.
Yeah, I've got cash for other jobs as well. Like,
Yeah.
For our agency, we did one for Perth Zoo where we got $2,500 for the day, half day.
That's so fucking cool.
And it was like a behind the scenes VIP zoo experience.
So you get to like hang out with the animals too?
Yeah.
That sounds like my
Hang out
ideal
with
day.
the Animals, got photos. Like, I think they fed us. The boys got to go on the carousel, and
Yeah.
it was like behind the scenes.
Yeah,
as
that's
well.
sick.
So, yeah.
Also,
That's
for
cool,
reference, I just mentioned the fact that we went to the comedy show and I was your drug dealer. I just want to make sure that is cleared up, because we went to a comedy show and Matt and I got ripped for the entire show.
Given we were pretty ripped already when we got there, I think we decided last minute because we spent the day at the beach.
Yeah.
Having a few drinks down at the beach, like
having a few sherbets.
All the crew down at Fourth Crew and having a few beers. I'm like, oh, there's a comedy show on, and I'm very much like I want to support things that happen in Mandurah.
Yeah.
And
when I drink, I get really energetic, and I'm like, let's just do that.
Yeah, it's like let's go to a comedy show. It's like when's it start? It's like in an hour, right? Let's go.
I mean,
I was up at Scott's Garage.
Yeah.
I had a girl I was hooking up with tell like it's like I was at that show. You guys were really obnoxious.
But I don't think we weren't obnoxious.
I don't think we were. I think they were just giving it to us.
And we gave it back, naturally. Yeah. But who do they call you?
I was heroin addicted Eddie Vedder.
And I was your English drug dealer.
Like clean cut Milton Keynes drug dealer. Because it was Rory, the main act was Rory, I forget his name, he's an English dude with the dreads on top. I actually ran into him in Northbridge after a show. I think, funnily enough, the same girl I was hooking up with that told me I was obnoxious, I think she'd just been to his show because I'd ran into her as well while I was out. Anyway.
Because we went to another one of their shows like a week after, and that dude tried to beat up the comedian.
The guy tried to fight the comedian?
Yeah.
We got ripped that first one. We got ripped by every single one. They were obviously going backstage saying there's like prime
there's two guys that are like keen.
And they just come out. And
every single person, yeah.
John Pinder was the other one, and Simone Springer.
Yeah, they were funny.
That was a good show. Yeah, I've seen a few of their shows now, and I always enjoy it.
I think I left before the last act because I was pretty boozed. I was like, it's time to go to bed.
Did you?
I'm pretty sure I left early.
Oh, okay. I don't remember. Yeah, because they had the rotating comedy shows.
Yeah.
And the next one was at the Piper's Inn.
Piper's Inn, yeah.
And it was that ex-paratrooper dude.
Yep.
They were giving each other back and forth. And then the next thing, he's like up on stage ready to like shirt front the guy.
Because you were up and like stopping it before I even realised like what was happening.
I think there was that moment
of
like, is this part of the show? Then it's like, oh no, he's gonna deck him.
Yeah.
And then we like threw him out.
Because it wasn't even the comedian. He was like, is this real? Or are we still like...
And I don't even think he was ripping him. It was just like...
Oh, I forget what it was.
Show. The guy obviously had some issues going on.
And then we just politely escorted him out.
Did he apologise afterwards?
I think he did,
I think he apologised. He
His
came back
friends
in
were
and
like,
apologised.
he's just going through some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, he's going through some stuff, he needs a laugh, the next thing he's getting like, he's the butt of their jokes, and he's like...
I fucking hate this.
Doesn't have the current mental capacity to...
If you want to laugh, I get ultimately panicked and really like anal about parking, and it really bugs me because I just feel like people are going to judge. Like if my car's slightly off at an angle, I get really panicked. That's why I don't reverse park, because I don't want people to see me fail.
Yeah.
And I get really nervous about it.
If people are watching?
Yeah. And so
I find if there's cars lined up behind you, that's when you start stuffing it up.
Dude, I just leave. I'm like, I'll come back in an hour. I cannot do it. I hate parking in front of people, and I will get out of my car, do a quick walk around, and just make sure that like I'm
Meanwhile,
straight.
There's some listener going, oh, what kind of men are you?
Yeah, you can't reverse park, little bitch.
I found myself doing it automatically the other day, like because up on the mines you have to reverse park.
Yeah.
It's like the law.
Part of the thing. Yeah.
And I was like just in the car park, I was like, oh, hold on, I'm reverse parking at home.
I'm a real man. I'm a real boy. There's another thing about cars. Like, do you think everyone in the world says to someone else when they get in their car, sorry about the mess? Or do you think like some people out there...
Some people out there are so car proud and it's like they're pristine.
Yeah.
You see, mine has like half of it is taken up with a longboard. There's a fishing rod on top of that. There's some fishing rods in the back. There's like an air compressor. Like my car is full of shit right now.
I have bedding in the back from where I go to and from work because we bring our own bedding.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have that. There's sand everywhere. But I was just wondering, do you think there's people out there that like clean their car but then purposely go, oh, sorry about the mess. So you go, mess? This car looks amazing. And they go, haha, is it?
And the anxiety grows.
But do you think there's people out there that do that? Surely there must be.
Yeah, like, yeah, I reckon. I think I do it as a matter of, like, I might have just cleaned my house, but I know it's still a bit messy. So I was like, sorry about the mess. And I was like, it's fine.
Yeah. Do you think everyone says that about their house as well?
I feel like we're all like probably extra anxious about our own shit as well.
Yeah.
Some of us anyway. I'm sure not everyone's the same.
Put way too much emphasis on on you having your house like immaculate.
Oh man, my house, like I'm hardly ever home anymore anyway. I'm very rarely home, even when I wasn't working away.
Thank God you don't have fish anymore.
Yeah, well, I had those fish for like 8 years.
And then what happened?
Probably explain it. So I've got aquaponics at home. That's aquaponics, not hydroponics.
Not hydroponics, yeah.
Aquaponics. So you've got grow beds. It's like you're pumping water out of a fish tank full of fish that you feed to fatten up the fish to eat. And then their waste is going up into the grow beds where you're growing vegetables.
It's a lovely cycle.
It just cycles through. It's like this weird little symbiosis sort of thing. But it was just a bit empty one day, and overnight I put the hose in there to sort of top it up and forgot about it. And then when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, it sounds like a waterfall. What is that? And I'm like, oh no. And I went out there and it was overflowing, and there was just a whole bunch of fish belly up. I couldn't eat them. So you're meant to, the thing with aquaponics is you feed the fish and fatten them up for eating. And meanwhile, while you're fattening them up, they're also making veggies grow.
Yeah, so you got a whole meal.
And the veggies clean the water for the fish.
Yeah.
And you're meant to eat the fish. And I couldn't do it.
Did you give them names?
I had a perch like this big, like this. I grew them right up, and I just couldn't bring myself around to butchering them. I'm getting soft in my old age.
Oh, that's so good. It's just the visuals. So have you had any more fish since then?
No, I need to get some more. I want to get it going again. I'm still growing veggies in there. Like I'm still managing to get some. Like it's got minnows and stuff in there.
Yeah.
But
it's not quite the perch.
I love it because it's constantly pumping water through.
Yeah.
If I'm away, it's still getting.
You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, you just set and forget.
Yeah.
Like to a degree.
Yeah. I mean, I think I would love to do all that, but I am currently living with the in-laws, as I said. So, you kind of like feel like, I can't wait to get my own house and then just be like, fuck it, I'm doing all of this, I'm going to get off the grid and make a bunker. And
I've grown heaps of veggies this summer, actually. Like I've had heaps of pumpkins and zucchinis and I pulled carrots yesterday. I've got some big carrots.
See, you're such a man. Forest food, catch. Go out and hunt.
I do like that stuff as long as that's where the ADD thing comes in as well.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes I'll be smashing it, like it'll be like immaculate, like I'll be like getting so much yield. And then other times stuff will grow and I'm just like not in the space to stop and pick it. It's like
I'll get that later.
Or I'm not home.
Yeah.
Like I'm out and about doing stuff, or I'm away, or I'm...
Yeah. Also, I don't know why I just thought about this, but I think it's because I keep wiping my forehead because I am dying of sweating and heat here. But Falcon Library were nice enough to give us a little room to record because it's really windy outside. So,
and the aircon's playing up at the moment.
Yeah.
That's why you're a bit sweaty.
Yeah.
But.
So I just want to say thank you because I was like, we're going to be outside now and recording in the second episode. We're like, here's the couch.
Yeah, well, we went down to the beach and the wind had just come in. I've been surfing all morning.
Yeah. Where do we get coffee
from? My first waves in months. It was Belle Patisserie. It's Carly. I think she started it when she was 21. She's 21 when she started that business.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I was drunk at 21, through to about 25, 32.
How old are we now?
I don't know. I think I'm 31. I'm pretty sure I'm 31. Yeah. But yeah, so I just wanted to say thank you because, they were nice enough. And also we got a couple of people I want to say thank you to as well, just real quick while we're on the subject. Thank you to Seth and for Krista, because they both reached out after the last episode saying super stoked that you're back up and recording. So, it meant a lot. So thank you.
Cheers.
Yeah.
There's a few crew messaging, like when you went traveling, there was a few crew messaging us to see when we were going to start back up, when the next episode was out, and it's like indefinite hiatus.
Yeah.
Because like recording equipment broke last time we recorded, and you were just about to
go traveling.
for how long were you traveling for?
I was away for close to 4 months.
4 months.
Yeah, Italy, France, England, all the way to Tasmania.
I didn't even know you were gone.
Didn't even recognise. No skin up my nose. Let me ask you a question. At what point do you think people stop describing their directions with like, you go left at the big oak tree and then you carry on going past the red house, and then when you hit the stop sign, you've gone too far to, I'll just Google map it.
Oh, before I answer this, how's your relationship now with Caitlin after you travelled together? Is this related?
Oh. Okay. Yeah, so we spent close to 4 months every day together, and I don't know, by the end of it, it was just, you spend 4 months with anyone, you're just going to get on each other's tits. Like, just bug each other with small stuff. Like, I think at one point she was like, you breathe too loud. So, but no, we made it through, and maybe we'll deep dive more into this on the next episode, because I know we are running short. But as soon as we got back into the swing of things and started getting our own space, because I mean, we were sleeping in a swag, man. You're like, you're really
it's tight. There's no escape, especially if the weather went bad for you guys.
It did, yeah. Yeah, so the weather was real bad. So for a lot of the time, probably half the time we were in Tasmania, because we only have an awning for protection, it was just underneath an awning, sitting next to each other, trying like to create new games or play a board game or something. So but no, we're sweet, but we just needed to come back and have our own little space again. And it's gone right back to like, I go to work and she's like, I miss you. I'm like, I miss you too. And
look, it survived that. So it's like everyone's going to argue at some point. What do they say? It's like travel is like the test. It's like if you want to see if someone wants you, go travel with them.
I feel like after that, I don't feel like anything could happen now where it would break us up.
Yeah.
I just feel like if we made it through that, next time if we ever did that again, it'd be like, it's happening again. We needed to just go our separate ways for a day. Wait, what were we talking about before? I asked you a question. I can't remember. The directions.
When you change directions. So yeah.
Like, I feel like my father-in-law, Brett, he will give me directions and name street names and monuments that I need to turn about. And I'm already lost by the second left. Yeah. And I'm just like, I'm a Google map it. Like, are you kind of a direction guy, or are you like I'll find my way?
I mean, Google Maps is easy now. I was always pretty handy with a map, but yeah, directions, if there's too many turns. Yeah. I think it's good to have like a little, it's like, if you've hit this like monument or whatever, you've gone too far, or like, I'll definitely like turn left at this sign, or like just after this sign. That sort of stuff helps for sure. I but can't. Not overly complex. Like
I cannot.
Left here, right there, this street, that street, this monument. Like that stuff. I think that's anyone.
Dude, I get lost in a conversation between us. Like, never mind when I have to drive.
Someone might have mentioned the other day, it's like, I listened to your last podcast. You guys jump from subject to subject really quickly.
You have no continuity.
We do that. Yeah.
Especially after coffee, because both episodes now we've had a coffee. I feel like the next episode we need a beer.
Beers, that sounds good to me, actually.
Yeah, because we haven't done that in ages.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that people want to grab their room, so we're going to sign off and say see you later.
Catch you later.
Peace. See ya.